What if I told you, your cat has apologized to you before, more than once, and you probably rejected it? Most people believe cats don't feel sorry. They knock things over, scratch furniture, ignore you after being scolded. But here's what almost nobody understands. Cats don't apologize like humans. They apologize like cats. And if you don't recognize the signals, you might be silently teaching your cat that repairing the bond with you isn't worth trying. Let's start with the signal that's hiding in plain sight. 1. The slow blink after tension. Picture this. You raise your voice. Your cat freezes. The room shifts. Their brain registers stress instantly. The amygdala activates fight, flight, or freeze. They could run, but instead, they look at you and slowly close their eyes. Think about that for a second. A predator is willingly choosing to go blind in front of something that just made them uneasy. That's not random. That's trust overriding instinct. Research has shown that slow blinking functions as an intentional social signal in cats. Even more fascinating, when humans blink back, cats show measurable signs of relaxation. Your response changes their body chemistry. Ignore it and the repair attempt fails. Return it and you complete the emotional reset. That blink isn't sleepiness. It's your cat asking, "Are we still okay?" 2. The sudden head press. You're sitting there still slightly annoyed. Out of nowhere, your cat walks up and presses their forehead into you. Hard. Most people call it affection. But timing changes meaning. Cats have scent glands around their forehead and cheeks. When they press against you, they deposit pheromones, chemical markers of familiarity and safety. Now here's the part most people miss. When tension happens, your scent changes. Stress hormones alter your natural smell. To a cat, that can feel like emotional distance. So what do? They overwrite it. They mark you again. They're restoring the bond chemically. That head press is their way of saying, "You're still my safe place." 3. They bring you something valuable. Not just any toy. Their favorite one. The one they carry around. The one they sleep next to. And they drop it at your feet. Cats don't offer objects casually. Unlike dogs, they don't retrieve to please. When a cat brings you something after tension, it can function as what behavioral researchers call a reconciliation gesture. In social animal groups, offering a valued item reduces post-conflict stress. From your cat's perspective, they are giving you something that brings them comfort. That's not play. That's emotional currency. Ignore it, and the bridge collapses. Acknowledge it, and the bond strengthens. For they groom you. Right after tension, they hop onto your lap and start licking your hand. It looks small, but in feline social groups, mutual grooming is selective. Cats only groom those they deeply trust. It's not hygiene. It's relationship maintenance. Even more powerful, grooming has a self-soothing neurological effect. It lowers heart rate and reduces stress. So when your cat licks you after conflict, they aren't just calming themselves. They're repairing the bond as a way to regulate their own nervous system. Apologizing to you is how they feel safe again. 5. They expose their belly but don't want touch. You scold them. They flop over. Belly exposed. Most owners misunderstand this completely. A cat's stomach is their most vulnerable area. In nature, exposing it during tension is a de-escalation signal. It's surrender. Not submission in fear, but vulnerability in trust. They're saying, "I'm not challenging you." And then what happens? A hand reaches down. The cat swipes. Now the owner thinks the cat was being aggressive. But the cat wasn't asking to be touched. They were asking to be forgiven. There's a difference. 6. They stay close without making a sound. This is the one almost nobody notices. After something tense, your cat follows you. Room to room. No meowing. No rubbing. No demands. Just presence. Cats are independent. When they want distance, they take it. So when they choose proximity instead of space, that decision is intentional. Behaviorists call this proximity maintenance. It's seen in bonded social animals after conflict. Instead of forcing interaction, they reduce distance and wait for safety to return. Your cat is saying, "I'm not leaving. I still choose you." And that might be the most human apology of all. The part most owners don't want to hear. If your cat attempts repair again and again, and it never works, they stop trying. They don't argue. They don't escalate. They withdraw. And a withdrawn cat isn't independent. It's emotionally disconnected. But here's the good news. Now you know. The next time your cat slow blinks, headbutts you, brings you something, rolls over, or simply sits quietly nearby, pause, respond. Because in their own quiet, instinct-driven language, they just said sorry.